Hey everyone. Welcome to Top Tech News. This is your news channel for getting updated with the latest tech news headlines and their impact on business and our lives. To read the full news article for any of the news that we cover, simply click on its link given below in the description. To stay updated, show us some love and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This way you would be informed whenever we upload a new video. Hi, my name is Dee and I am your host for today. Today's top headlines are: Tesla partners with Samsung on new 5nm chip for full self-driving. Futuristic Defiant X could be U.S. Army's future long-range assault helicopter. iPhone 12 spurs largest number of upgraders Apple has ever seen. Apple crosses 1 billion active iPhone users for the first time. Fujifilm GFX 100S offers 100 megapixels in a smaller, less expensive body. Let's get started. Tesla partners with Samsung on new 5nm chip for full self-driving. Tesla has reportedly partnered with Samsung on a new 5nm chip for full self-driving, according to a new report coming from Korea. Back in 2016, Tesla started building a team of chip architects led by legendary chip designer Jim Keller to develop its own silicon. The goal was to design a super powerful and efficient chip for self-driving. In 2019, Tesla finally unveiled the chip as part of its Hardware 3.0 self-driving computer. They claim a factor of 21 improvement in frame per second processing versus the previous generation Tesla Autopilot hardware, which was powered by NVIDIA hardware, while only barely increasing the power consumption. When launching the new chip, CEO Elon Musk announced that Tesla is already working on the next generation of the chip, and they expect it to be 3 times better than the new chip and roughly 2 years from production. A few months ago, there was a report that Tesla planned for its next-generation self-driving chip to use a 7nm process by TSMC, a Taiwan semiconductor company. Now a new report from Korea states that Tesla is partnering with Samsung on a 5nm chip for self-driving. Samsung is already Tesla's partner for the production of its current self-driving chips in its Hardware 3.0 computer. However, that chip is based on a 14nm technology. 5nm chips are a more recent technology that only started to make it into commercial products last year. They are found in some of the latest smartphones, like Apple's iPhone 12. The latest report on Tesla's new chip stated that mass production was planned for Q4 2021, meaning that we aren't likely to see those chips inside Tesla production vehicles until 2022. Futuristic Defiant X could be U.S. Army's future long-range assault helicopter. Sikorsky and Boeing Company have unveiled the futuristic helicopter they're proposing to be the U.S. Army's future long-range assault aircraft. In a series of mock-up photos and videos, Sikorsky and Boeing officials on Monday revealed Defiant X, a compound coaxial helicopter, like its predecessor the SB-1 Defiant, but with significant upgrades for troops headed into combat zones. The Army is planning to select a future long-range assault aircraft, also known as FLRAA, and a Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft, or FARA, as part of its Future Vertical Lift Initiative, or FVL. The new FVL aircraft will replace aging UH-60 Black Hawks and AH-64 Apache attack helicopters, among others. Sikorsky Boeing is up against Bell Textron's V-280 Valor tilt-rotor aircraft in the FLRAA competition. A contract award is expected sometime in 2022. While Sikorsky Boeing declined to offer details on all the upgrades, the sleek body design includes a modified exhaust system to reduce the aircraft's heat signature and a tricycle-style landing gear which improves stability landing in and taxiing in combat and austere environments. The Defiant X also incorporates elements of Sikorsky's X-2 experimental high-speed compound helicopter, which was also used as a starting point for the SB-1 Defiant, according to a news release. The upgrades were born out of the Army's proposed requirements for its next-generation aircraft and additional testing of the Defiant system. To improve on Defiant, engineers logged 1,500 simulation hours, 135 hours in the propulsion system's test bed, or PSTB, and 31 flights, accumulating 26 hours in flight, the company said. There is autonomy layered within the semi-automatic, electronic avionics system that uses computers to process flight control, known as fly-by-wire. Because Sikorsky designed the Black Hawk, the team is already familiar with the Army's requirement for that aircraft. Like the Black Hawk, Defiant X can fly in the same type formations as the Black Hawk. iPhone 12 spurs largest number of upgraders Apple has ever seen. iPhone 12 was predicted to produce a supercycle by a number of analysts, and Apple has confirmed that's indeed what happened during its holiday quarter, the first full quarter that the new iPhone 12 lineup was available. In response to a question during Apple's Q1 2021 earnings call about how Apple is seeing consumers switch or upgrade to iPhone, CEO Tim Cook shared some interesting details on iPhone sales. He said that both switchers and upgraders increased on a year-on-year basis, and more specifically, that Apple saw the largest number of upgraders that we've ever seen in a quarter. CFO Luca Maestri and Cook both said they believe there was some amount of pent-up demand for the iPhone 12 lineup, as it's the first smartphones from the company with 5G support, and some people have likely been holding out on upgrading their iPhone until recently. Earlier in the call, Maestri also mentioned they've been very happy with the iPhone 12 sales mix they've seen, particularly with customers going for the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. Apple saw a huge $65.6 billion revenue from iPhone for its holiday quarter, with total revenue hitting a record-breaking $111.4 billion. Both Cook and Maestri noted that it wasn't just great iPhone sales that produced the amazing quarter. iPad, services, and more all had very impressive holiday results. Apple crosses 1 billion active iPhone users for the first time. Billion is quickly becoming the theme of Apple's holiday earnings quarter results. For starters, Apple has earned well over $100 billion in a single quarter for the first time in the company's history. Apple has also hit new milestones with its active install base of devices. According to CEO Tim Cook, there are now more than 1 billion iPhones being used by customers around the world, and Apple's total install base is at an all-time high. Cook shared the new milestone in an earnings-focused interview with Reuters. The new metric is part of an overall increase of active devices around the world, reaching 1.65 billion compared to 1.5 billion this time last year. In the interview, he cites Apple's growth opportunity in China as a source of the company's success. While active install base is a much broader metric than quarterly device sales that Apple previously released, the number does provide an idea of Apple's overall audience size for subscription service offerings that require iPhones and other Apple products. In October, Apple started bundling its services, including Apple Music and iCloud, in a single subscription fee under Apple One. Apple no longer discloses how many iPhones are sold each quarter, but the Apple chief executive tells CNBC that more iPhones could have been sold if not for the pandemic. Taking the stores out of the equation, particularly for iPhones and wearables, there's a drag on sales, Cook told CNBC. Fujifilm GFX 100S offers 100 megapixels in a smaller, less expensive body. Fujifilm has unveiled the GFX 100S, a relatively compact 100MP medium format camera with in-body image stabilization. The X100S packs in most of the capabilities of the larger GFX 100, including the same 102MP BSI CMOS 44x33mm medium format sensor. A smaller, updated image stabilization system promises between a 0.5 and 1 EV improvement over the performance of the larger camera, giving a claimed rating of up to 6 EV of correction. The 100S can also sync its in-body system with in-lens correction to maintain this figure at longer focal lengths. The GFX 100S has a 3.68mm OLED viewfinder that, unlike the GFX 100 or GFC 50S, is fixed in position. It offers the same 0.77x magnification, in full-frame terms, as that of the Fujifilm X-T4. The NPW235 battery is also shared with the X-T4 and achieves a respectable 460 shots per charge. Nostalgic Negative, a color mode mimicking the look of art photography from the 1970s onwards, becomes the company's 19th film simulation mode. On the video side, the GFX 100S can shoot DCI or UHD 4K at up to 30 FPS and record in H.265 or H.264 at up to 400 megabits per second. It can also output a 10-bit 4x2x2 video stream or a 12-bit raw data stream to an external recorder. A digital stabilization option imposes an additional 1.1x crop. The GFX 100S features twin UHS 2 card slots and can shoot at up to 5 FPS. It also features a 2.36mm 3.2-inch touchscreen on a cradle that tilts in 2 axes, allowing off-axis shooting in both the portrait and landscape orientations. The GFX 100S will be available from March 2021 with a recommended sales price of $5,999 body only. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you found it helpful. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And do show us some love by clicking on the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful day everyone, and we will be back again soon.